Most people in this world want success, but they're allergic to discomfort. They want the glory but refuse the grind. They want transformation without going through pain. Let me tell you something real. Asterisk asterisk, hard work doesn't feel good when you're doing it right. Asterisk asterisk. If you're chasing comfort, you'll never find greatness. The process, it's ugly, it's repetitive, it's brutal, and that's exactly why it works. You've got to stop running from it and start embracing it. You've got to asterisk asterisk embrace the suck asterisk asterisk. What do I mean by the suck? I mean the pain, the boredom, the repetition, the failure, the doubt, the mental chatter that says this isn't worth it. That moment when your legs are burning, lungs are screaming, your body is begging you to stop, that's the suck. That's the threshold. That's where average people quit and savage people are born. That's where the addiction to hard work is built. Not in comfort, not in perfect conditions, but in that exact moment when everything inside you says quit and you asterisk asterisk don't asterisk asterisk. We live in a world obsessed with quick results. Everyone wants to go viral. Everyone wants a shortcut, a hack, a secret. Let me save you time. Asterisk asterisk, there is no shortcut to greatness. Asterisk asterisk, you want to get addicted to hard work. You need to start loving the grind for what it is, not what it gives you. The sweat, the silence, the 5 a.m. wake-ups when no one else is watching. You need to crave the dark, not the spotlight. Most people train when they feel good. Champions train when they feel broken. If you're looking for a dopamine hit every time you do something hard, you're gonna fail. The beginning of embracing the suck is asterisk asterisk removing emotion from effort asterisk asterisk. It doesn't matter if you feel like doing it. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you've done it 100 times before. You do it again and again and again. That's how you build work ethic. That's how you turn hard work into second nature. That's how you become dangerous. Here's the educational truth. When you lean into discomfort consistently, you begin to rewire your brain. Neurologically, your pain tolerance increases. Psychologically, your fear of failure shrinks. Emotionally, your identity starts to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying to become disciplined, and you become a disciplined person. It becomes part of your DNA, not because of motivation, but because you taught yourself through action that asterisk asterisk hard is normal. Hard is the standard, hard is the fuel. Asterisk asterisk, most people never reach this point because they tap out when the feelings get too loud. I'm tired. It hurts. I don't have time. Asterisk asterisk, excuses are just stories you tell yourself to feel okay about quitting. Asterisk asterisk, if you want to win, you've got to stop negotiating with pain. Pain is not your enemy, it's your instructor. Every ounce of pain you feel while working is you leveling up. It's your body learning to adapt. It's your mind learning to overcome, and don't just embrace the suck physically. You want to be elite? Start doing the mental reps too. Study when it's boring. Read when you're tired. Show up for your responsibilities when the world gives you every reason not to. Grind in the classroom, in your job, in your relationships, in your sleep schedule. That's how the addiction is built, not from a single insane workout or one night of all-nighters, but from asterisk asterisk daily, boring, consistent effort in things no one claps for asterisk asterisk. You want to know what separates a savage from an average person. The savage doesn't need applause. The savage doesn't need results to keep going. He doesn't chase feeling, he chases standards. He chases improvement. He chases the inner war that most people avoid. You've got to learn to find a strange kind of joy in knowing you're doing what 99% of people aren't willing to do. That's where confidence is built. Not fake confidence from hype videos or pre-workout pumps, but asterisk asterisk real bone, deep confidence asterisk asterisk that comes from surviving the grind again and again. Here's an example. Most people train until they're tired. Someone who's addicted to hard work trains past tired and into a new gear. They hit that moment when the voice says, stop, and they go another 10 reps, another 2 miles, another hour. They teach their body that quitting isn't an option. That's the difference. That's the suck. And when you start doing this consistently, something crazy happens. Asterisk asterisk, you stop fearing hard work, asterisk asterisk. You start needing it. You get addicted to the discipline, to the pain, to the proof that you're capable of more than your mind told you. You become your own machine. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your standards. And the only way to raise your standards is to suffer on purpose. Every day, put something on your plate that sucks, something that challenges you, something that makes you question whether you can even finish it. And then finish it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how messy it looks. That's the path. That's the science. That's how you hardwire hard work into your soul. Asterisk, asterisk, embrace the suck. Asterisk, asterisk, make it home. And eventually, it becomes who you are. You want to be unstoppable. Then you've got to stop treating your mind like it's made of glass. Most people protect their minds too much. They stay away from stress. They hide from pressure. They avoid anything that might cause emotional friction or mental exhaustion. But what they don't realize is that every time you run from struggle, you're choosing weakness. You're reinforcing fragility. The brain doesn't grow from comfort. It grows from resistance. You need to asterisk callous your mind asterisk the same way you build a callus on your hand, through friction, through repetition, through pain. Let me break this down for you. When you first start lifting weights, your hands are soft. After a few sessions, your palms start to hurt. They rip, they bleed, but over time your skin adapts. It gets tougher. It stops breaking down so easily. That's a callus. Now imagine doing that to your mind. You expose it to stress, pain, failure, and doubt on purpose. And instead of collapsing, it adapts, it strengthens, it becomes harder to break. That's how you build real mental toughness. That's how you become resilient when everything's falling apart around you. Most people go through life trying to avoid difficulty. They create routines that are predictable, safe, easy. But here's the truth. If your life is too comfortable, your mind is getting weaker. Every time you hit snooze, every time you quit a workout early, every time you skip that uncomfortable conversation or avoid a difficult challenge, you're telling your mind it doesn't need to be strong. You're giving it permission to stay soft, and soft minds don't survive in a hard world. Now, I'm not talking about becoming emotionless. I'm talking about becoming asterisk resilient asterisk. I'm talking about being the type of person who feels fear but doesn't get controlled by it, who feels anxiety but doesn't shut down, who gets hit and keeps moving forward. That's the person who's calloused their mind. That's the person who's trained under stress so many times that they've learned how to stay calm, focused, and effective no matter what chaos is around them. So how do you do it? You suffer on purpose. That's the starting line. You don't wait for life to throw problems at you. You seek out discomfort and use it as training. Wake up earlier than you want to. Go for runs in the rain. Do things that make you nervous. Take cold showers. Fast for 24 hours. Train when you're tired. Speak in front of a crowd. Do the hard assignment when everyone else is procrastinating. Every time you do something you don't want to do, but do it anyway, you are laying down a layer of toughness on your mind. The mind learns through exposure. That means you can't just do it once. You've got to do it over and over. This is why repetition matters more than intensity. One brutal workout doesn't make you mentally tough. One hard conversation doesn't change who you are. But hundreds of uncomfortable days stacked on top of each other. That rewires your brain. It changes your identity. You stop seeing challenges as threats and start seeing them as opportunities to get sharper. And the beautiful thing is, once you start callousing your mind, you start gaining clarity. You don't get thrown off as easily. The things that used to scare you don't hit the same. You realize how much of your fear was fake. You begin to recognize that most of your limits were self-imposed. That voice in your head that used to control you, the one that told you to quit, to slow down, to give up, it starts getting quieter, and you start getting louder. You develop what I call the savage voice. The voice that says, let's go again. Let's suffer more. Let's see how far I can really go. But let me warn you, this isn't a switch you flip. This is a slow grind. Callousing the mind is like sharpening a blade. It takes time, pressure, and consistency. You'll fail. You'll break, but if you keep going, you'll bounce. Back gets faster. You stop fearing failure because you know how to recover from it. You develop something deeper than confidence. You develop asterisk inner armor asterisk. The world won't go easy on you. Life doesn't care how motivated you are or how good your intentions are. It's going to hit you with setbacks, loss, betrayal, injury, depression, rejection. So you better have a mind that's ready. You better train for life the way warriors train for battle. That's what mental callousing is. It's your psychological armor. It's your emotional discipline. It's your ability to get back up when most people would stay down. This is the truth. Mental toughness isn't a gift. It's a skill. And just like any skill, it's built in the dirt, in the darkness, in the early mornings and late nights when nobody's watching. You get stronger each time you endure. You get sharper every time you fight the urge to quit. And eventually, your mind becomes a weapon that doesn't break under pressure, a weapon that knows how to push forward even when the odds are stacked against you. You want to change your life? Then stop pampering your mind and start preparing it. Start putting it through reps. Stop waiting for the perfect time and start putting yourself into hard situations on purpose. That's where the growth is. That's where the power is. That's where you become someone nobody can break. Because you've already broken yourself, rebuilt yourself, and trained yourself to survive anything. Callous your mind, or life will break it for you. Motivation is a liar. That's the first thing you need to understand. It's weak. It's inconsistent. It shows up when things are easy, when you feel good, when the sun's shining and the playlist is perfect. But the second things get uncomfortable, when the pain sets in, when the results don't show up right away, when it gets boring or hard, motivation disappears. And if you're relying on motivation to drive you, you're done. You've already lost. Motivation is emotional. It's reactive. You need something stronger. You need discipline. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. That's why it works. Discipline doesn't ask, are you in the mood today? It says, we do this anyway. You want to be addicted to hard work. Then stop chasing motivation and start building routines that operate like machines. Show up, do the work, no matter what. No excuses, no negotiations. You get up early because you said you would. You train hard because it's who you are. You stay locked in, whether it's raining, snowing, or you're just mentally exhausted. Discipline means you keep going especially when it sucks. Here's what most people do wrong. They wait for the right feeling. The right mood, the right circumstances. They say things like, I'll start when I'm motivated. Or once I feel more inspired, I'll commit. That mindset is poison. You think people who get up at 4 a.m. every day do it because they're motivated. No, they do it because they've built a habit, a system. They've built discipline so deep into their life that how they feel doesn't change what they do. The beauty of discipline is that it removes the guesswork. You don't have to keep asking yourself, should I work out today? Should I study today? Should I show up? The answer is already decided. You do it because that's the standard, and once that standard is locked in, your life becomes more stable. More powerful, more focused. You stop wasting energy on deciding and start using that energy to execute. That's the edge most people never tap into. They spend their lives overthinking, waiting, doubting when they should be acting. Discipline is freedom. That sounds backwards to people who don't get it. They think discipline is restrictive, that it boxes you in. But the truth is, the most free people in this world are the ones who have control over their mind and body. They don't need to be told what to do. They don't need someone to hold their hand. They do it themselves every damn day. That's freedom. That's power. You don't rise when you feel good. You rise because you've decided to rise, no matter what. And this isn't just about workouts. It's not just about running or lifting weights. Discipline covers everything: your diet, your sleep, your focus, your commitments, your attitude, your relationships. You train discipline across all areas of your life. When you choose to eat clean instead of binge. When you sit down and study when your brain wants to scroll social media. When you follow through on your word even when it's inconvenient. That's how discipline is built, in the small, quiet moments when no one's clapping for you. Let's get real. You're not always going to want to do what's necessary. There are going to be mornings you wake up and want to stay in bed. Days when your body is tired, Your mind is foggy, and nothing about the grind looks appealing. That's when most people quit. That's when they say, not today. But that's the exact moment discipline steps in. Discipline is the override button. It's the thing that says, get up, move, we're doing this. When you stack enough of those moments, something happens. You stop needing motivation altogether. The work becomes who you are. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Nobody's coming to save you. No mentor, no coach, no inspirational video is going to carry you through the grind. Asterisk, asterisk, it's you vs you. Asterisk, asterisk, every day. So you better build a system that doesn't rely on hype. You better create habits that are immune to excuses, because life is going to test you. It's going to throw curveballs. You're going to get sick, injured, betrayed, burned out. And in those moments, the only thing that keeps you moving is the work ethic you built when things were good. Discipline is a choice. You don't need talent. You don't need to be the smartest or fastest. You just need to be consistent, relentlessly consistent, the kind of consistent that makes people uncomfortable, the kind of consistent that makes you dangerous. When other people are waiting to feel ready, you're already 10 reps deep, 3 miles in, and locked into the next challenge. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you create an identity that doesn't bend under pressure. You don't build greatness on motivation. You build it on execution, repetition, routine. You show up every day and punch the clock, whether it feels good or not. And eventually, something wild happens. The grind becomes addictive, not because it gets easier, but because asterisk, asterisk, you get stronger, asterisk, asterisk. You start to crave the structure. You get addicted to the clarity, the purpose, the results. You realize the secret is never in the feeling. It was always in the follow-through, so stop waiting, stop negotiating, start acting, show up, do the work, stick to the plan. Day in, day out, that's discipline. That's how you win, and once you've got that, you don't need motivation anymore. You've got something better. You've got control. So here's the bottom line: you want to get addicted to hard work. Then stop looking for hacks. Stop asking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions to start. You have to earn it through sweat, through pain, through consistency. There is no other way. You asterisk embrace the suck asterisk because comfort is the enemy. You willingly walk into discomfort because you understand that pain is the gateway to growth. When it hurts, you don't run, you lean in. You don't hope it gets easier, you train to get tougher. You asterisk callous your mind asterisk because life isn't fair and it doesn't care how you feel. You expose yourself to pressure, failure, and fatigue until your mind becomes bulletproof. You put yourself through controlled suffering on purpose so that nothing the world throws at you can shake your foundation. And above all, you build asterisk discipline over motivation asterisk because motivation is weak, soft, and emotional. But discipline, that's solid, that's steel. Discipline is what gets you up when nobody's watching. It's what keeps you going when the applause is gone and your body says stop. Discipline doesn't ask for permission, it executes every single day. You want to be uncommon among the uncommon, then you've got to live different. Think different, move different. You've got to become the type of person who trains when they're tired, works when they're uninspired, and pushes when everyone else pulls back. That's how you become dangerous. That's how you become undeniable. That's how you get addicted to hard work, not as a temporary fix, but as a permanent identity. Because once you feel what it's like to be forged in fire, you'll never want to be soft again. Asterisk, asterisk, stay hard, stay locked in, and never ever settle. Asterisk, asterisk.